Welcome to Hashtime with Navguzi Chwanuka. This is a place where we help you unravel social constructs, discuss self-development in line with mental health, emotional well-being, and everything in between that directly or indirectly affects us in the millennial world around us. If you're hearing my voice for the first time and are the kind of person who is not scared of being a better version of yourself even if it requires you to contradict who you were 24 hours ago, consider this your virtual home. I'm your host, Navguzi Chwanuka, and I cannot wait to engage with you in the various conversations. There we go. Hi, Jagero.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
You told me that Uganda is raining. It's raining in Uganda.
Yo, today it rained heavily. For the past days, it was raining in the night. That is specifically in Kampala.
Here, it's very good for sex when it rains in the night. But the God is crazy.
You're already asleep. It rains when you're already asleep.
Yeah, but that's you sleeping, not everybody.
Okay.
That's you sleeping.
Okay. I assume everyone would be sleeping.
No.
Yeah, but it has been raining in those deep hours of the night. But this time, it started in the morning. Yeah. Luckily, it stopped.
Okay.
But Uganda, I don't know how you guys work it out in Kenya, but in some areas, when it rains, electricity goes off. So that's the problem I had here.
That is the same in every African country. When it rains, there is something that is tight. You know, I don't know. I am so sure that in America, the electricity poles do not like stand up. I think, is there countries where electricity lines are underground?
I don't know. Wouldn't that be risky, though?
Why would it be risky? Like, nobody's going to dig it up. It is inside pipes.
Oh, inside the pipes?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. Really, I can't tell.
Yeah, but, at home, when it rains, there is a lot of, the trees sway. And when trees sway and they land on the lines, and the lines touch each other, then there is no power.
Right.
So in our place, it can be very windy. And when it is windy, there is a lot of problems with power because those power lines, they go and connect, they go and touch each other. And so then we lose power for hours. Like when I was home in the village, it was so windy and rainy. There was no power for like 3 days.
Well, 3 days is a lot. What happens to the people that have businesses?
That's what happens. In the village, it can go even up to, because you'll have to look for those guys to come from Kisumu town, which is about 45 kilometers, for them to come down there and fix it. So they just take their time.
Wow.
So in the village, you can have you can be without power for very long periods of time. We have problems.
All right. So first of all, welcome back from the village.
Thank you very much. The village was good.
Yeah. We stayed in the city.
I go there to connect with the spirit of the dead.
Yeah. You mentioned that part in your episode.
Yeah.
So let's go over why people are single. Why do you think people are single? Before you go to what Chat GPT says.
I think people are single because there is a lot of animosity between the genders.
Animosity between the genders.
Yeah, there is no trust. Trust is eroded. Everybody is trying to see the other as the enemy. Men think that ladies are leeches.
Yeah.
They are there to take their hard-earned cash and run away with it. The women,
just like what we talked about in the previous segment, the Hakimi thing.
Yeah, and then women think that men are dogs and they're not very safe to be around.
The dogs. I think the dog's narrative is a little bit old. I've not seen that. In a while.
It is because you've seen it a while, but people have been socialized already.
That.
The socialization has already happened. So even if you don't see it,
there are new words that are being used. Okay, makes sense.
Like what? What kind of new words are being used?
Trash. But even for trash, I don't see it a lot anymore. I think it's also coming with a censoring of social media.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You're trashy. You are less. You are dangerous. You are. Even trash can be pieces of glass. Imagine stepping on them. It can be bones, which are sharp. It can be fish bones. You don't want to step on them. You don't want to step on. When you remember the syringes that are from the hospital and then they're put in a trash bag.
Yeah.
You don't want to step on that with your naked soul.
That's right.
You're gonna have HIV and AIDS.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's the same thing, basically. So I think there is a lot of distrust between the gender. There are so many other things that, for example, if you go to church, you find ladies looking for blessed men.
For blessed men?
Blessed man. He's very blessed. He's very blessed. He's got a car. He's got a good house.
That. Material-wise.
Yeah.
Okay, so on my part, what I think, now when you mentioned the part of the material-wise, I think it was a video. It must have been a video that was made. Someone made a video, I don't know how long back. I don't know, many years ago, where she was talking about how guys cannot come up and claim that women are materialistic. If the women ask you to be loyal, will you be loyal? If they ask you to be faithful, will you be faithful? If they ask you, she listed a couple of things that were almost making sense. Yeah, like her argument was really valid. And she was like, in the end, all you have is to give money. That's the only thing you can give. And I was like, that part, And I'm also seeing a huge wave of guys that don't put in the work. They just know how to exist. And being above the woman is like in their DNA. They feel like they don't have to do anything. The woman is just a second-class person to them. They're supposed to be bowed at. While they're not doing anything that comes with, how they say that respect is earned, you don't just get it. But they just sit back. And now women are really... Women are really angry. They feel they're angry on behalf of their foremothers, feeling like, how did these people let these guys trample on them this much? You don't do nothing. The woman does everything, and yet she still bows at your feet. So there is that. I can see that anger amongst some of the women. They're not taking any bullshit.
And are you suggesting that the reason why people are single is because women are not joining relationships?
They're not doing what?
You are not getting into relationships? Do you think that men are not interested in having women in relationships? And if that is the case, what do you think is the reason? Why do you think men are shying away from getting into relationships?
For the part of the men, there is a new wave of women they don't know how to deal with. The men are still demanding the rights their forefathers demanded. And yet, the mothers that they had are not the women that we have now.
What are those demands?
The demands of be shut, do not talk back to me, do not, all those do nots, apart from that, do not eat chicken and all those things. There are so many constraints.
No, these are people that have not joined the relationship. If they were breaking up, it is valid. But they have not joined the relationship.
What do you mean they have not joined the relationship?
Where are the ladies getting this demand from? I mean, somebody's single.
There are those that have been in a relationship. There are those that have been in relationships. You can't say that all single people have not dated. There are those that have been there.
So we are saying that people, there are breakups, or we are saying that people are single?
But single is single. You don't have anyone with yourself. Yesterday I was having a conversation. I was invited for Eid. And the lady said that the moment, what did she say? I think she said, what did she say? I think she said that, oh God, it eludes my mind. She must have said something like, if they're just having a conversation with a guy, they're just getting to know each other, and he demands that she washes his shirt, she's not doing that. Like, that's the deal breaker. What else? There were a couple of things that women were talking about.
Some of those conversations are really poverty conversations.
They're really what?
Poverty. Like
poverty.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think those things are neither here nor there. I am a married man. I don't remember the last time that Amari washed my clothes. My wife doesn't cook for me so regularly. She doesn't do a lot for me regularly. She has a day job and she's a very busy woman. One of these women that work all the time. And she doesn't do so much for me. I have a washing machine. What the lady of the house, the matron of the house just needs to do is to throw those dirty clothes into the laundry machine.
Yeah.
And so I feel like some of the conversations that we are having about relationships is really poverty issues, lack issues.
But there is a lot of lack in Africa.
And they're really not reasoned. Yeah, so I don't think they're really They really are not there. I mean,
but you're going to find. Wait, Jagero, you're going to find a guy who is wealthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
who is wealthy?
Yes, and they will tell you that they will not eat any meal that is not prepared by their wife. So the woman is going to come from work and then probably find the man sulky because she is probably returned late and he does not eat the maid's food. Then she's going to have to go to the kitchen and start cooking.
We need statistics around these outlandish suggestions and accusations.
They're not accusations.
We really need tight, watertight evidence around, and the percentage of men who do these things.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the percentages that we are really working with, and I feel like there are a lot of excuses out there.
Uh-huh.
For example, I see a lot of people claiming that marriage is not nice because there is a lot of violence in marriage. There is a lot of killing of spouses in marriage. But what is the percentage of people being killed in marriages and people being killed outside? What is the percentage of people being killed in marriages and the percentage of girlfriends or boyfriends killing each other?
Yeah.
You see, those statistics are not there. And we all know that bad news or negative news
goes faster.
Will grab the headline. So you see, because of social media, you can actually see everything on social media these days.
Yeah. So
when they see that a woman has been killed in marriage, then they make all these noises about it. But that is being very naive. I mean, people are going to kill each other. We are not living in heaven. Men are going to kill women. Women are going to kill men. It has been there for hundreds of years. But anyway, if you look at the internet, what the internet is saying about the factors contributing to the increasing number of single people today, some of the key reasons, according to the internet, is changing social norms. Society has become more accepting of individuals who choose to remain single or delay marriage. As a result, people feel less pressure to enter into relationships or marry for the sake of conforming to societal expectations.
Yeah.
What is your feeling about that?
I think it's true. It's true. But then also, I think we have these studies that we had in school where they were talking about our mothers getting married. Okay, not even mothers. Our grandparents getting married as early as 13. There are also these jokes where you just leave the university, you're probably 24, feeling young and not ready for the world, but your relatives see you as an aging grandmother. But I'm going to speak on the part of the women, yeah, because I might not really be the best person to talk about the guys. You find that...
you can observe.
Yeah. Let me mostly speak on the part of the women. You find that a lot defines them. It's different from where a woman's value was defined by her ability to get married, where we're still on social media and people are still coming with those outlandish conversations in the comment section talking about things like, you're very old, you've taken long on your parents' compound. That's what is called in Luganda. But now the definitions of value when it comes to a woman, they're vast. A woman has come out to define themselves for what they are and what they can do beyond the box of society that you should be married. Mm. I mean, you're even hearing it from Beyonce's. What was the song? Something. I think, and then she put it out from Chimamanda's, writing, where a woman is told not to be competitive, or if you are to be competitive, it should be for a man's attention and things like that. There is a whole new wave of women defining themselves to be far beyond that. So I don't know what happens on the part of the guys.
The changing norms is more about America and Europe and that outside the world. I think in Africa, there is still a lot of pressure to get married.
Yeah. But they're fighting it.
There's a lot of pressure to get married.
They're fighting it.
Yeah, women are fighting it. That's probably why they're stuck in town. They don't want to go to the village.
Guys are also fighting it. I've been having, there is a specific new friend that I've been having conversations with. And I can't even say that I've spoken to him 20 times. But for the most part of the conversations, you hear him mention things like, if he goes to the parents' home, he is assertive about them not mentioning about a partner. And he told them that the next time they ask for a partner, he's not going to return home.
Mm. I believe, but you see, he's just fighting the fact that they're asking, but he's not saying that he doesn't want, he's not giving an explanation. What explanation did he give? Isn't it that just he can't find a woman?
I've never asked him.
should have been straightforward with his. He should have been straightforward with his parents that I have chosen to be single, But they're just asking, and apparently there is no response. So he's not gonna be left off the hook. He's just threatening.
Maybe it has worked for him. I don't know. But then I've also noticed, back then I used to think that it's just the women that have the pressure, and then I found out that
men have a lot of pressure.
I was shocked.
Men have a lot of pressure.
I was shocked. I thought they have it easy.
No. Probably the men would have it. And African men have more pressure than women.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they do have more pressure because remember, in African culture, it is the man that go looking for a wife.
Yeah.
In my Nilotic culture, when you are not getting married, you're not getting married, you're not bringing a man home, there is actually a confusion. Because as a woman, you're supposed to be found.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be wooed. Somebody has to take you out for coffee. Somebody has to say that you're beautiful. Somebody has to look at your boobs and say, I want to live with these boobs. I have to look at the hip and say, I want to live with this hip. I want to live with this lip.
Yeah.
But when nobody is doing that, the old folks are very worried and confused because, you see, in my culture, you can't go ask a woman why they're not married because they are not supposed to marry. They are supposed to be married. The English language confuses the two, but if you go to the mother tongue, they have got, the two words are very distinct.
Yeah.
When they're saying, like, for example, in Luo, they will say, like in Luo, if it is a man, they say nyombi. If it's a woman, you say inyomi. You are being taken.
Yeah.
In the man, you are supposed to go and take.
Even for Luganda, it's different when you're talking about marriage.
So you see, so most of the pressure, I believe, is not. The women feel the pressure because they hear things. They hear things. Like, for example, people will be whispering. They will be asking whether this lady, what is wrong with her? Is she one of those people that have got both the vagina and the penis at the same time?
Oh my God!
Is the reason why they're not getting married?
They don't come up with those reasons.
Does she have some type of smell that is repelling the men? What is going on? She must have a very bad character. Men go asking her out and she behaves badly and they find her a bit repulsive and something is wrong with her, And people and the women hear because sometimes they want even to whisper in your presence. So that is the kind of pressure that women are having. So another thing is online dating and dating apps. The rise of online dating and dating apps has made it easier for people to meet new partners, but has also created a paradox of choice. With so many potential partners to choose from, individuals may be less inclined to commit to a single person or may be more prone to experiencing dating burnout.
Dating burnout. There is such thing?
Yeah, there is a dating burnout. You have tried so many men. And this is... And you remember I told you that I don't want to go into that dating world again. Yeah, it takes a toll on you. Like, for example, if you're a woman, I imagine, and you keep meeting this crazy man. You meet this man at a restaurant and you date them twice, they want to sleep with you. And you're not ready for that. You go, you leave, you drop them because now that is an impossible situation for you. You leave. And then you stay for some 6 months, then you get this guy and you go out with him and he's just disrespecting you, talking about your body in a way that is very uncomfortable to you, and then you feel offended and you leave that one and then you meet another one of these guys and he's not straight with you, you don't know what he's doing, you don't know whether he's a banker or an entrepreneur, he's just dubious, he's crazy, he's darkness, you don't know.
Wait, Jagero,
So what you do?
Yeah.
You leave that alone, and then you hope onto another guy, and then you get this guy on Bumble, and the next time is that send me your pussy, send me your boobs, and you get offended and you leave that, and you do like 6 men. You do like 6 men, and you have a dating burnout.
I understand. Initially, when you say dating burnout, I was like, "What? There's such thing?" But I sort of understand because I got to a space where I was like, you know what? I think the only thing I understand right now, and the thing that I can have in control and project and I follow through with its stats and results and whatever, the growth is the podcast, my brand.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I don't think I understand this anymore. It's very confusing. Let me try to focus on something that is not going to, be, it gets draining sometimes, yes, but at least you know how to work around it. Yeah. So I understand the part of that.
And I think it also happens to women, to men, that you're dating these ladies, and I've heard of men saying that you go to a restaurant, you pay the bill, you go to an excursion, you pay the bill, she's demanding, she suddenly wants you to pay her rent, suddenly she wants you to be the one taking care of her hair. She's dubious.
Makes sense. What else do you have on your list?
Economic factors. The rising cost of living, student loan debt, and financial instability can make it difficult for individuals to focus on long-term relationships. So they may be more concerned with establishing financial security. This falls on the doorstep of men, This is for men. Economic factors is for men. Women hardly spend in dating. But I also think, for example, if you were to get married in a Pentecostal church in Nairobi City, you will have to go the hard way of finding this woman. She will have to eat all your money in restaurants, in excursions, going to the beach, blah, 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 blah. The last time we spoke, you said that some men enjoy this thing. Nothing can be farther from the truth, as we had established. So now, if you want to marry a woman right now, and I was talking to my cousin the other day, if you want to marry a Christian woman, the first thing is to woo her, agree with her, spend all the money on dating, and then when you are just about to be done and she had said yes, you have to buy a ring and put it on her finger. A ring costs a substantial amount of money. Once you have done that, you go to the next step of going to pay dowry.
Yeah.
And dowry can be very expensive dowry is not expensive in the Nilotic part of, for example, Kenya. It's very expensive in the Bantu communities. Like, for example, a Kikuyu can tell you to go pay 10,000 USD to marry a woman.
10,000?
Yeah.
10,000 is not a lot. USD?
10,000 USD.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What? Are you taking anything else?
10,000 USD, 1 million Kenya shillings.
That's wild.
And remember, when in some of our communities in Kenya, like the Kikuyu culture, is that when you're going to see the parents, you are the one who's supposed to take care of everything that is going to be eaten there. The hospitality there, you have to take care of it. From the toothpick, from the tent, to the chairs, to the food, to the toothpick. You are sent a bill to go see your parents. So they go hold a party there, and you're the one who is catering for the party. Then you pay the dowry.
Yeah.
Then after the dowry, you think you're finished. There's a wedding, the so-called white wedding, which is so expensive. And for a young man who is earning $300 in this city, they can't afford it. That is why in Uganda, at the Uganda National Theatre, they have all these things going on Saturday and Sunday. All these two groups, many groups, haranguing people and badging people and aggressively looking for money on WhatsApp, looking for people they have never heard of for the last 20 years. Now they have a wedding, then suddenly, how are you doing, Oba? I really love your company in college. Bullshit. Really loved your company in college. How are you doing, Ne? Well, what has become of you? And they size you up and they size you up. If you're bragging on the other side of the phone, that now I work with the Uganda Revenue Authority.
Oh, you're doomed.
So now they will bring you to Uganda National Theatre.
How do you
start raising 7,000 USD? That is like 30 million Uganda shillings. I don't know. But is that 70 million? Is it 70 million Uganda shillings?
For the $10,000?
$7,000, thereabout. Is that 7 million? No, it's not 7 million.
No, it's not. $7,000.
It is 70 million.
Let me check here. It's going to be about 25. 25
million. Yeah, you see. If you're there in Kampala, you can imagine if you're there in Kampala and you're earning Kampala, they pay shit over there.
Yeah.
So you are getting $150 in a month in downtown Kampala, and then now you have to do a wedding. And I hear you also have to take those cows with long horns.
That is
when you're getting married.
It depends on where you're getting the woman from. If it's from Ankole, of course, you have to take the cows from the west. They really ask for the cows.
And the Baganda? The Baganda like money. I think you would be going there with money.
Shut up. So the Baganda's bride price, and I was having a conversation with an uncle of mine about it. They asked for, they call it omutwalo. Yeah? And Omutwalo, yes. But omutwalo in English would have been like 10,000.
10,000 what?
Uganda shillings. But I need to find out.
No, they're lying.
No, wait. They call it omutwalo. But that omutwalo can be something, parents can decide how they want their omutwalo to come, you know? I have an
How much is 10,000 Uganda shillings?
No, 10,000 Uganda. No, they're not asking for that specific 10,000. Back then, I think it was valid. But right now, given the value of the currency, it no longer stands as 10,000 shillings. You understand? It's just a wording that is used right now. Because there is an aunt of mine who asked for, because we're Catholics, she asked for the statue of the Virgin Mary as her mutwalo. But of course, there were some other things that were brought. Of course, with us, you have to carry, I think, the foodstuffs and all those things. They bring very many things. You have to dress the sisters of your mother, your sengas, those are your aunts, your uncles. You have to bring them clothes. It all falls in the budget of the things that you have to carry when you're taking a woman.
Yeah, so that is how difficult it is to get married, especially if you go ahead and say that you're a Christian and you want to do those white weddings. I did not do a white wedding. I did maybe they will call it a black one. I went to the Attorney General and asked the Attorney General to legalize our marriage. And then after that, I told my friends, I think somebody posted it on social media and a lot of people were having a laugh about it. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't know you then.
No, somebody just said it the other day about my wedding and people are cussing me and
recently?
Yeah, there is a guy who just remembered and put it on Facebook about what I did to them during my wedding. And it was like, this nigga became bad long time ago. What I did during my wedding is that I went to church to have them give me the hall to do a white wedding. And then they told me to pay $280 for the sanctuary. And I said, fuck it, I don't have that much to pay to church. I mean, I'm paying offerings. Why am I being asked to pay $280 to get married in my own church? So I told them, well, I'm not going to do the white wedding. So I went to the Attorney General and registered to get my marriage there. And then I went to my pastor and told my pastor, this is how I'm going to like it. Once I've come from the Attorney General, you need to find us somewhere along the way and bless the marriage. So I asked my friends that, I am getting married and I'm going to be having a party, and the party is $2,500 per person because basically I'm not going to do a WhatsApp and collect money. So what we're going to do, you're just going to pay for your food, bro. You just come and pay for your food. And the food was $2,500 per plate. And I rallied 70 people to come for the dinner. Uh-huh. And 70 people came and paid the $2,500 bob.
But that's fair.
And then the pastor came over and put our hands together and blessed the marriage.
I would love that. I think I would love that, honestly.
Yeah, but it comes with a lot of pressure. A lot of people are like cussing me and telling me, damn, how can you, damn? And I was like, F you, because F you.
Because surely there are people that are paying loans after their wedding.
Yeah. And
people get divorced.
Because of pressure. And I also feel like parents should not be asking for dowry anymore.
They shouldn't. Wait a minute. People get divorced while they're still grappling with the wedding loans.
Yeah, but isn't that stupidity?
You're like, what the heck?
I didn't know that a lot of people are taking loans to go and have fun in Mombasa.
Oh my God.
And they take loans to go for a honeymoon. That is ridiculous. That you should be jailed for that. There should be a law. In fact, Museveni is busy dealing with gay law. He should be putting such kind of laws in place. Yeah, you cannot take a loan to go and park in Mombasa.
It works for them. It works for the
banks. It
does
not, apparently.
It works for the banks.
Yeah, it does. It does work for the banks. Yeah.
So
but you don't need to tell the bank that you're going to do a wedding with it. No. You can tell the bank anything.
I saw an insurance company that had a provision, I don't remember, but it was about the Kwanjula. Kwanjula is that process where you're having the bride price paid. The traditional wedding.
Yeah, it's like having
insurance for this.
Yeah.
Why?
But how can that be insurance? I think that can't be insurance.
They were advertising it.
But how can that be insurance?
I think someone keeps depositing money and they can withdraw it when the time comes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Can we jump to the other reason?
Delayed life milestones. Many people are choosing to delay milestones such as marriage and having children. This can be due to various reasons, including the pursuit of higher education, career development, or personal exploration. This is really dumb.
Why do you think it's dumb?
It's not gonna work for you, man. As a woman, you're gonna suffer.
Why?
This is very controversial, but us men, we like things hot. We like things, finger licking good. You're gonna be pursuing your PhD until 45. Fuck you. You can.
But there are women that are getting married at that time. What are you talking about? There are women getting married at that time. I saw a woman that was getting married for the first time in her 60s.
Those men have really tried far and wide.
No, I've seen Lisa Nichols. I think she's in her 60s or something. That's the first time she got married.
Don't forget about those kind of marriages. Come on, we are not discussing those kind of marriages.
She left singleness.
I don't know, Madonna getting married at 80. We are not talking about those kind of things. We're not talking about those. Please, spare me that bullshit.
No, but there are those that are also getting married at 40.
We are not talking about such kind of. Those are not marriages, really. In the classic sense of the word, those are show-offs. Those are. I don't know what they are doing there.
This lady is in a marriage.
And then after 6 months, they're like, I was so hurt in that marriage, blah, 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 coming up with stories and putting them for young women on Instagram. They are destroying our young.
That is not true for everyone. There are those marriages that work. It works for some people.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. I mean, if it works for them, but many of them, I see them.
There are some guys in academia who are getting married in their 50s or late 50s.
I forget those ones. It works for men. It works for men very well.
When you're not functional.
When you are 56, when you're 55 as a woman, you are on menopause. So first of all, they are going to decide whether they are going to be marrying a woman who can't give birth. That is a valid question for an African man.
Yeah. So
when we are putting it in perspective, we need to understand that a lot of African marriages still believe that marriage is not just for you and me. We start a family. And we don't start a family with a menopausing woman. That's how Africa is.
There's a new way of having kids. I'm hearing the processes of freezing eggs.
Those ones, they can't even wear a condom. They can't wear a condom. Are they going to freeze eggs?
There's a new... people are doing it. They're doing it. Please.
There's no electricity in Kampala, but they're freezing eggs.
I think some of these centers have those services.
My God. Oh, my God. They have backup generators to keep the eggs for 55 years.
I'm sure those facilities have electricity running full time.
Uganda have their priorities really upside down.
I don't know if the centers are there. I think we need to have a conversation with someone who works there. I don't know if you have them in Uganda.
Nothing like that. I mean, you will go there after 10 years and you ask for your egg and the thing. You only have the egg that have been there for the last 6 months. But what happened to my egg? We suffered a problem. And knowing Africans, they're not going to, even a big deal, you cannot freeze another one. Forgetting that you no longer have eggs to freeze. But that Angole guy is just telling you, freeze another one. What do you want? Show you to the bathroom or something. He doesn't even know that you're menopausing. If you have to keep your eggs, you have to keep it out of Africa, man. You can't keep them in downtown Kampala.
Of course, downtown Kampala.
So they're going to sell it.
Oh, you're party pooper.
A woman is going to come there and her eggs are spoiled. And like, we have another fresh one. I mean, we will have to talk to this guy in 10 years when they show up. So, you can have this one.
But they're also that, I don't know how they did, but there is a lady that I saw growing up. She was... okay, let me not give so many details, but she gave birth and everyone was alarmed because she's already in her 60s. We were all like, what?
What happened?
I think they went the artificial way, of course. I don't know what, of course I didn't ask for the details, but I'm sure there is an insemination that happened. The artificial way. I don't know what option they took. But she gave birth and it was like, oh my God.
The thing is, somebody very close to me just did something. And do you know how much it cost them? 10,000 USD. The guy in Nairobi who is earning $150 is not going to do that.
Yeah.
Are you going to buy food or freeze your eggs, Nabukusi? Are you going to buy food or freeze your eggs?
I'm going to eat.
You see, the people in Africa don't even have insurance. They don't. People do not have insurance. Health insurance is something that is, somebody told me that about 10% of Kenyans are insured, 10 or less. And people are getting sick every day. Do you want to tell me that it is the freezing of eggs that they're going to do? They're not going to do those things. So like I said, men, they like hot. They like kaf. They like, boobs that are standing straight. They like heat that are,
What other reason do you have?
Increasing individualism. Society has become more individualistic with people valuing their independence and autonomy. The shift in values, they make it more challenging for some to commit to long-term relationships.
Ooh.
Yeah, you have this little food and you don't want to have kids surrounding that little mega income, eating it. And for example, I saw my mother and what it took for her to raise us. I'm not going to do that shit, man. It's a lot. You forget yourself. The moment you have a family and you start feeding other mouth, you forget about your own mouth. You forget about your own underwear. I always tell my wife that the only reason I have got 8 pairs of Adidas, one costing $60, is because I don't have many mouths. I mean, are you going to buy an Adidas for $100 or you're going to pay school fees?
When there is only option A and B, you have to pay for tuition.
Yeah, but that's what happens with most Africans. You have only A and B. You can't afford to buy an Adidas for $100 and also pay school fees.
Yeah.
So you have to choose. And when I saw my mother taking care of us, I don't think there was a soul. There was a flesh. I could see that flesh walking. I could see that soul. I could see those eyes, but I couldn't see an individual. I couldn't see my mother. I didn't know what she liked. I don't know the kind of shoes she liked. I didn't know the kind of hairstyle she liked. I didn't see the kind of watch she liked. I didn't see anything she liked. She was always doing everything for us.
Yeah.
And looking back, my mother lived for us. My father, took a lot of his alcohol. He liked his alcohol. He lived for himself, a little bit for himself and a little bit for us. But my mother, 100% for us. The other day, my sister was saying that, sometimes I feel like going and buying clothes and putting them on my mother's grave. I feel like going and building a house and saying, Mother, this is yours. I feel like buying a car and giving it to her. But she's not there.
Yeah.
She died like a dog. My mother died like a dog. The last thing I remember is I was being called and told that my mother has been ferried on a wheelbarrow back to her mother because she was sick, she was dying, and there was nobody to help her. So my brother put my mother in a wheelbarrow, dying, and took her to her mother. You see? So every time somebody tells me have another child, I look back and feel I don't want to live the life of my mother. I don't want to live the life of my mother.
I also feel like it's something that is coming from most of the people that say they don't want to have kids. I feel like I want to ask them a bigger question. Is it that you don't want to have kids or you can't afford them?
For me, I just can't afford kids. I can't afford more kids.
Yeah.
Like, for example, right now, if I give birth to another kid, by the time I'm not taking care of them. Like, if you say safely that you're not going to take care of a kid after 26 years, kid who is 26 years has just finished university, or maybe they are out of university for 2 years. If I start doing that now, it means I will be 67.
Yep.
Yeah. And I will not just be 67. I'll be a tired 67-old man. Very, very tired. With Oba, you have this girl going to a school in Mbarara. The other one has gone to Port Elizabeth. The other one has gone to Mombasa. The other one has gone where? And at some point, you're having 4 kids that are in that are in proper schooling and you're paying school fees for them. Because Museveni is not going to pay school fees for anybody any soon. This, our president, is not going to do that. As a matter of fact, he has already stopped some payment to schools. So it's tough. So that's the increased individualism. And I think I am very much into that. Fear of commitment.
Fear of commitment.
Some people may struggle with commitment due to past negative experiences in relationship or fear of being hurt, leading them to remain single. This is for women.
Are you trying to say that guys don't get hurt? You just talked about burnout, or even on the part of the guys. So why are you singling out women alone?
It's the women who fear this hurt things.
You just talked about guys experiencing burnout, dating burnout. Why are you singling women?
Dating burnout is not equal to being hurt.
You think guys don't get hurt? They can't get hurt and get tired.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, they do, but not like. I think women take this thing a little too personal. But
what do you mean?
Crying out loud.
What do you mean?
Yeah, don't women like putting everything in a basket.
Yeah, because now you're talking from a point where you reminded me when I was stressed out about the event. I came to the hub and I was talking to someone, and he said that you should always have option B, even in relationships. And I was like, oh my God.
That must have been a man, right?
Exactly. It was a guy. Because now I was really stressed out. I was like, the days are coming in closer. These guys are not responding. And it's like,
sometimes, Nabuguzi, I feel like, I don't know why men, do you think it is in their DNA to just have their options open?
They're conditioned
women sort of
such.
Go with,
No, the woman has been conditioned. You see where you can't even be a sexual being? We are very fast at labeling women as whores.
Yeah.
And yet for the guys,
when I asked you, Nabuguzi, don't be like that. I asked you a question.
No, I'm telling you, I'm giving you the reasons as to why it is as such. They cannot have the other options. They're having them, by the way. I used to side with them and be like, women don't cheat, women don't do this. But now we are talking about the culture surrounding this kind of behavior, where a woman can't have the various options in the open like the guys do. You're going to have a table discussion. We're going to be having a conversation with maybe 10 people, 5, and we shall talk about a guy having multiple women. And everyone will be like, is that new? And then when you talk about a woman having multiple guys, you're like, oh my God, how dare she? You see that? Yes, the double standards. So of course she's going to come in holy, give her all, please the man. Tell him, skulika yourself, And this guy just doesn't care. I know a guy who was shopping for 2 engagement rings. And he was
oh my God, that's a bit too much.
And he was like, in case one of them jumps, I am secured. And I was like, oh my God.
That's why I still believe that engagement should not be a surprise. First, engagement is bullshit. Yeah, I think engagement is a lot of bullshit. These people that go on their knee, do they honestly believe that it's a yes or no answer?
I don't know how they do it. I don't have experience in it.
I think they sort of know. I think it is even the women that are saying, on this day, come and propose.
Oh, haven't you seen the women that are refusing guys? Refusing their
Those
proposals?
are very, 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 very few. Very few. In fact, if a woman is refusing a man, it is wild news.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what does that tell you? What does that tell you about engagement? The supposed surprise? Nothing. How do you go into a 5-star restaurant, employ photographers, employ a band, employ the hotel, buy the food, and you want to tell us the woman doesn't know? Please. Please.
I think they plot it. They can plot it with the friends and things like that. I was supposed to be on a surprise engagement.
Nabuguzi.
It happens actually. I was supposed to be on a surprise engagement, but I played my cards and pulled out.
Why did you pull out?
I don't like it. What if she says no? When I've eaten that guy's money.
That is stupidity. He wants, but does he not know that this is going to be like this?
No, she had. So the thing was, in the years before then, this girl had run away from the guy a couple of times. She would come back home and she's like, oh my God, I have a feeling that guy was going to propose and I had to run. Yeah? So when he came up with this idea, I was like, I have to be around.
Why was the lady doing that?
I think she didn't like him at that time.
And why do you think she was in that relationship? For money, right?
I don't think so.
Why was she in that relationship, Nabuku?
They were not in a relationship at that time. The guy liked her a lot, but she was seeing another guy. See?
Wait, how does that happen?
How does what happen?
How do you propose to somebody who is seeing another guy?
Oh, he was insisting that she is the one for him.
No, that is not a relationship.
He finally won, though.
Let's move on.
I think he finally won. Let's get to another reason, though.
Those are the reasons. Those are seven reasons why. It's actually called the reasons for being single. Factors contributing to numbers of single people today. So that is basically the reason why this is happening.
You covered all of them that are listed?
You've covered all of them, the 7 of them, and we covered basically all of them.
Perhaps the listeners can give us their reasons why they're single.
Yeah, they should. They really, really should. But I feel like dating is a very chaotic game. People
crazy.
should not date.
What should they do? Just grab each other and get married?
They should arrange marriages.
I think we should go back to arranged marriages where the parents go and do the search themselves.
The parents don't know shit.
They check the history of the guy, of the family.
Forget about the parents.
So who is going to be in charge of these arranged marriages? The friends?
Yeah, your friends can arrange it for you. For example, right now, Nabuguze should be able to tell you, by the way, Nabuguze, there is this man that you need to try. And you should.
How long has it taken you to do that? You were asking me to pay you. I asked you for a man, Jagero. And you were asking me to give you money. What kind of friend are you, surely?
No, I must have just been joking.
So get me the man now.
For money,
get me the man. I'm ready for your arranged shit. Get me the man.
What kind of man do you want?
What kind of man do I want?
Yeah.
Someone who sees me, I think.
How is that somebody you want? Hey.
Respectful.
I can't believe you went to law school and you can't articulate yourself when it comes to getting a partner.
Bleep you. We didn't study that. We don't have a short course on that. Listen up.
They should give you a short course on it.
Okay, here's the thing.
There should be a course for dating and marriage in school.
It should be helpful. Okay, so here's the thing. Respectful, God-fearing. I think those are the most important.
What is God-fearing?
God-fearing.
What is God-fearing?
God-fearing as plain as the word is. They can even be Hindu.
No, what is it? Tell me what it is.
They can even be Hindu. They can even be Hindu or Muslim.
But they're God-fearing.
Yes. Okay, I'm joking on the Hindu part.
So what does that mean? What does that mean specifically?
I'm really joking on the Hindu part because I had to think through it and I was seeing my man worshipping the cow and I was like,
What is a God-fearing? What is a God-fearing man? These things women say are just crazy, man.
God-fearing? What are you talking about? They're just crazy.
What is a God-fearing man?
God-fearing is honestly religious.
A God-fearing man is a phrase used to describe somebody who has a deep reverence, respect, and awe for God as a higher power. The person typically adheres to religious principles, follows moral and ethical guidelines set forth by their faith, and actively participates in religious activities or practices. The term is often used in positive sense, emphasizing the individual's devotion, humility, and commitment to living a life that aligns with their spiritual beliefs.
I think that's very philosophical. It doesn't have to be. I think that's very philosophical. No, it's not like that.
So what else? What else do you want?
That sounds like a monk.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you guys remember? Do you women know that the things you say about relationships do not make sense to men? Most of those things don't make sense to men, actually.
Okay, as Jagero, you're already married, I know, right? And some people or most people know. What do you think would be the ideal person? What qualities should someone be looking for?
If I was taken back to the market and I was looking for a woman, the first thing that I will look a woman that understands that a marriage is for two people.
Perfect.
That we are working towards a goal.
Mm-hmm. Teamwork.
We are working towards a goal. And this goal means that each and everybody pulls their weight. For example, it is very important to know that in every relationship, there are bills to be paid. And those bills can be paid, can be split up according to the capability of each and every individual in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
If the man earns less, then he produces less. If the woman earns less, then she produces less.
Mm-hmm.
That for me is very, very important in a relationship. The financial part of the relationship. For number two, the person for me has to look good in my eyes.
Okay. That's very important. Physical attraction.
If they don't look good to me, it can only get worse.
Uh-huh.
So there is a lady that I left because I felt that she doesn't look attractive to me. And she bothered me to tell her the reason why I left that relationship, and I never said it.
There's a guy who called me. There's a guy I rejected, but with a really fake reason. But one morning, he called me, really in the morning, and he was like, you know what? Just tell me if I'm ugly. I was like, what the heck? Oh my God. I was like, what the heck?
So, number three, I'm going to look for a woman who believes that marriage is not a bondage.
Nice.
And a marriage is not a prison.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sometimes, for example, a man can go and spend a weekend off with a friend.
Yeah.
I can go and play FIFA with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
There is something that a man told me in a car when we were coming from Rick's place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's getting married in the next few months. And he told me that I've got little time left to play FIFA.
Wow. But that makes you hate your partner in the long run if you can't leave.
And I wondered, why is playing FIFA wrong if you're in marriage?
Yeah.
It's an outlet. Once you've worked during the week, you go and spend time with your friends, play FIFA, and have an outlet of that bad energy out of you. You create banter, but then there are people who believe that there are things that a married man should not do, like you should not sleep out of your house. If you're going to sleep outside, then how do I know where you're going to sleep? And that is a very stupid way of looking at life, in my estimation. Because if you're afraid that somebody's going to sleep out, and when they sleep out, then they're going to be fucking around.
Mm-hmm. You don't trust them.
No. You are in Bugolobi and you work in town and you take the time off in the afternoon, go into an Airbnb and fuck there, and then put on your clothes and go back home to Bugolobi.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to spend the night out.
Yeah.
So for me, those are the things that I will have a look at. Somebody that I believe that every human being has their life.
Mm.
And that kind of life, they should be able to carry them into their relationships. But then again, I'm going to say that with a caveat that you can't just say, well, I am myself. There are some things that you need to now cut down on. You can't just go and abandon your family and be in Mombasa for 1 week. Doing God knows what there. For me, that is the kind of, when I'm getting into marriage, then, and I'm looking for, I don't know if I went back to the market right now, I'm going to be following this thing they call love. Because that kind of thing does not, I don't think it is in marriage, that love thing. So it's a feeling, it's a giddy kind of feeling that I only see people in relationships having.
It comes for some once in a while. It's not every day.
Yeah, but you see, it's for example, between me and my wife, there is that friendship, deep friendship, there is that love, there is that togetherness, there is you, I don't know if I'm going to call it love, but
partnership.
Maybe you can call it love, but I feel like love is that giddy feeling, and at some point it evaporates even for months. You are just there as partners. You are just there as people living together, but there is no electric rod. So, I was telling you that you girls are sometimes the way you talk about the people that you want, I saw there is this Indian thing on it. So I think that for me is the reason why a lot of people are single. The internet also has a very good account of why, an explanation about why people are single. So that's the reason why people are single. But I also think there is a lot of animosity between genders.
The animosity is wild.
In the genders.
But it's also especially on the internet. Like the internet just sums up everything.
We should chill a little bit. Think.
Mm.
You don't need to be, just listen to things on Instagram. some of those bitter women, don't listen too much about them. There are also very bitter men out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that are spewing a lot of hatred towards women.
Mm-hmm.
And there are women that are really spewing hatred against men.
Yeah.
And these young people are listening to this and saying, oh,
they're really listening.
Yeah, they're listening.
So how do we close this? How do you want to close it?
I don't know. I think everybody has been listening to what we have been saying. I hope that you can always tell us what you think about the reason why you're single and what you think should be done to make the situation a little bit easy, because it doesn't profit anyone for life to be this chaotic and everybody to be pulling. Everybody to be pulling to themselves.
That makes you sound like everyone is supposed to be married.
No. It's not just about marriage. Just being, women and men should mingle, whether it ends in marriage or not.
Okay.
Situation why everybody is in their court, looking over the fence and hurling abuses and claiming things that there are still young women that are just 18 years, cussing and saying how they don't want religion. They have not been in any relationship. They've just been in those high school sweetheart jokes. You better try these things out, enjoy them, and then you can come out with real experience, not just shouting from your mother's bedroom.
Why you hot? You sound hot.
I'm not hot. Why would I be hot? Me, I'm not hot. Me, I'm perfect.
Noted.
So I'm not complaining. Me, I'm all right. I'm in a good place for now.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this. Goodbye.
See you in the next episode, guys.
Bye, you guys. Bye. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Hashtag with Nabuzi Chiwanuka. If you loved Unraveling Life with Jagero, it is happening every Monday. Our episodes are still ongoing every Wednesday. Tune in for a new episode. And for the Unraveling Life with Jagero, tune in every Monday. But I would advise you to listen to everything. Everything, Monday and Wednesday. Perhaps we shall come up with something else that we'll be covering Fridays, I think. Just watch the space. Something could happen. See you on Wednesday.